Good morning, dear students. Last time in our chemistry class we discussed about the modern periodic table. Today we are going to start our next topic, that is trends in the modern periodic table. Before we start the trends, we need to discuss about the atomic properties. There are some of the physical and chemical property which continuously increase or decrease when we are moving from top to bottom or when we are moving left to right. Or you can say that there are some of the physical or chemical property which continuously increase or decrease or show trends when we are moving across a period or along a group. So we are going to discuss about those property, how do the trend changes. Let's start with the first one, that is valence electrons and valency. Before we start this topic, you need to understand about what do you mean by the word valence electrons and valency. Valence electrons are those electrons which are present in the outermost shells. The electrons which are present in the outermost shell, they are known as valence electron, and with the help of a valence electron we can calculate the valency. If we define about the valency, valency is the combining tendency of any element is known as valency, and valency depend upon the valence electrons. If any element is having 1, 2, 3 and 4 valence electron, the valency will be equal to valence electron, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we mentioned, if valence electrons are from 1 to 4, in that case valence electron will be equal to valency. But if the valence electrons are 5 to 8, then valency will be equal to 8 minus valence electrons. For example, if I take the example of element nitrogen configuration is 2, 5. How many valence electron? 5. The electrons present in the outermost shell, they are known as valence electrons. So valence electron in case of nitrogen are 5 and valency in that case would be equal to 8 minus 5, that is 3. If I take the example of carbon, the atomic number of carbon is 6, configuration is 2, 4, valence electron 4. If valence electron are 1 to 4, valence electron will be equal to valency. In this case, valence electron 4 and valency also equals to 4. Similarly, we can take the example of aluminium. Aluminium atomic number 13, configuration 283, valence electrons 3 and valency will also be equal to 3. So what we mentioned that the electrons which are present in the outermost shell, they are known as valence electron, and with the help of valence electron we can calculate the valency. That if the valence electron are 1, 2, 3, 4, in that case valence electron will be equal to valency, and if the valence electron are 5 to 8, in that case valency will be equal to 8 minus valence electron, and we discuss the different type of examples. Now we will discuss how the valency and valence electron will increase or decrease when we are moving across a period or along a group. We will discuss about that. Okay, let's talk about the variation of these valence electron and valency in along a period and across a group. For that one, we need to write down the few elements, first 20 elements of the periodic table. First one is hydrogen, lithium, sodium. Next one is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and then neon. They are the example of noble gases. They are not included in the trends in the periodic table. Next one is hydrogen के end में क्या आ जाएगा आपका helium, then sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus. नहीं गड़बड़ हो गया. Silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. Then potassium and calcium. These are them. First of all, we need to write down, these are the first 20 elements. We need to write down their electronic configuration, and then we will write about the valence electron. 1 configuration 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8. Sodium atomic number 11, configuration 281, configuration 282, 283, 284, 285, 286 and 287, and here it will be 2881 and 2882. 2. Generally these trends will discuss in the first 20 elements only. Now we'll talk about the valence electron. The valence electron here in case of lithium is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3, here it is 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Similarly here, but when we are moving from top to bottom, the valence electron will remain the same. So how we define about the variations in the valence electron? When we are moving from left to right across the period, the valence electrons remain, valence electron continuously increases. Valence electron continuously increases when we are moving across a period. But when we are moving from top to bottom, when we are moving from top to bottom along a group, they remain same or constant. So what we define about the valence electron first? When we are moving left to right, the valence electron will continuously increases. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are continuously increasing. But when we are moving from top to bottom, the number of valence electron in case of hydrogen 1, lithium 1, sodium 1, potassium 1. So valence electron will remain the same. So from these valence electron only we can also calculate the valency. So what we define? When we are moving left to right across a period, valency first increases to 4 and then decreases to 0. How? Here, if the valence electron is 1, valency will be 1. If valence electrons are 2, valency would be 2. In case of boron, valency would be 3. In case of carbon, it would be 4. In case of nitrogen, it would be 3 now. Because if the valence electrons are more than 4, then valency would be equal to 8 minus valence electron. So nitrogen valency 3, oxygen 2, fluorine 1 and neon 0. So what we define? कि valency, when we are moving from left to right, the valency first increases to 4 and then decreases to 0. And what about the along a group? If valence electrons are same, then valency will remain same. So this is our first variation, first trend that we observe in case of valence electrons and valency. Means valence electron will continuously increase when we are moving across a period, whereas valency first increases to 4 and then decreases to 0. Along a group, the valence electron will remain same. If the valence electron are same, the valency would also remain the same. This is the first point, that is valence electrons and valency. Now we will discuss the second property, that is atomic size. Next one is atomic size. If we consider atom as a sphere, then this distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell is known as atomic radius, and with the help of atomic radius we can calculate the atomic size. How? The atom is basically made up of two parts. The center one is nucleus and these are the extranuclear region, or you can say the number of shells are present. What we define about the atomic size is calculated in terms of atomic radius. And atomic radius is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell. This is known as atomic radius. As we know that the size of the atom is very small, so the unit used for calculating the atomic size is picometer. And 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 12 meter. Again repeating, atomic size of any atom, we know that atoms are very small. If we consider atom as a sphere, then the atomic size would be calculated with the help of atomic radius. And atomic radius of any element is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell. And this atomic radius is calculated in terms of picometer, and 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 12 meter. So if you remember about the periodic table, we just discussed that if we take these elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, these elements, and we mention these, so what we are saying that when we are moving left to right, the number of shells will remain same. when we are moving left to right, in that case, number of shell remain same, but number of electron continuously increases. If the number of electron will continuously increases, then the force of attraction between the nucleus and the number of electron present in the outermost shell will also be increased, which is responsible for the shrinkage of the atom. So what we are saying, if when we are moving left to right, the number of shell will remain same. Like in case of lithium, 2 shell, beryllium, number of shells 2, 2, it will remain same. If I take the example of fluorine, it will be 2, 7, number of shells will remain the same, but the number of electrons are continuously increases. Due to that, these electrons will show more force of attraction with the nucleus, which is responsible for decreasing the size of atom. So what we mentioned, as we are moving across a period, the number of shells will remain the same, but number of electron will continuously increase. Due to that, force of attraction will also increase, and when we are moving left to right, atomic size of the atom will continuously decreases. So what we define, when we are moving left to right across a period, the atomic size decreases. Now we'll talk about a longer group. If we talk about this one, configuration is 281, 2881. In case of hydrogen, 1 shell, lithium, 2 shells, sodium, 3 shells, potassium, 4 shells. When we are moving from top to bottom, the number of shells are continuously increasing. Therefore, the atomic size will also increase. So what we understood from this one, when we are moving left to right, the atomic size, or you can say atomic radius, will continuously decreases due to more forces of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electrons or valence electrons. But when we are moving from top to bottom, in that case, number of electrons are same in the outermost shell, but there is a continuous increase in the number of shells. Due to that, the atomic size will continuously increase. This is all about the atomic size. That means left to right decrease, top to bottom increase. Now we'll discuss the next property.